So
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I told you it'd surprise you.
He is going to be a superstar.
But we'll go to our next bit, which we've got some early player award predictions.
Yay.
This one, we've decided
Very
to go
exciting.
top 3. And we've also got a single shout out for a most improved. Our the topics that we've got. So top 3 for Brownlow, Coleman,
Yay.
Rising Star, and like I mentioned, one most improved pick.
Yep.
I've gone biased with my most improved pick, but we'll find out where do we want to start. Do you want to start Rising Star, Coleman, Brownlow? Go, I guess, in order of importance.
Let's start with whatever's on the graphic first.
Yep.
So let's switch to
No,
the
that
graphic.
is fair. What has our first graphic got? We've got Rising Star. Okay, I've started off correctly. So, my Rising Star pick is Levi Ashcroft. I think he's going into a beautiful situation. It'll be tough for him to crack the team, and that's probably the one thing that makes me think, I don't know. But honestly, Rising Star is hard to predict because, Brain wants to just go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I mean, not this year because 3 was Jagger Smith, and unfortunately he'll be out. But Sam Lawler, right?
Lawler.
I got that right. I think with his injury being minimal, he's going to have the best opportunity. So I think if there's any swap I'd have right now, it's him to either second or third, or first, sorry. Isaac Kako is kind of my surprise because he's also in another really good situation.
Yeah,
I
got
think
every opportunity at his
he's
feet.
shown some signs in preseason too. He's going to get himself some playing time, which is always great. And surprising maybe to a few, I've got no one outside of rookies. So everyone here is playing their first season. I know that obviously Rising Star isn't just for first season players.
As we saw last year. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any second-year players that you can think of.
Hugo Garcia, obviously, as a Saints fan, comes to mind.
Yeah.
Not too many others, I don't think, would be able to.
I'm trying to think, maybe does McKercher step up?
Did he play less than 10 games last year?
I have no clue.
So that's the problem. Some didn't actually play enough games.
Yeah.
Zane Dersmer, I think, is available. Nate Caddy is available. So
Nate Caddy could be a shout. I think Nate Caddy will be needed. I think those Essendon boys are really set for a good season.
Yeah.
So, but I've gone with Kako because he's shown some really good signs, and I wanted to stick with the new guys. I wanted to make it exciting. But Levi Ashcroft is my pick.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I have a very different Rising Star group.
I like that.
I think Sid Draper, I talked about him during my Adelaide prediction.
Yep.
I think there's every chance he could become the third best midfielder in this Adelaide team by the end of the year. He has got speed, he's got damage, he's just got that energy about him. And I think, given I've got Adelaide finishing in the top 8 as well, that gives him every chance to be able to be part of like the Geelong moving up the ladder, where they just get that extra bonus.
Yep.
I think Finn O finishing second. Again, it's similar to the Ashcroft, where it's how much time does he get in the midfield to be able to do some really good stuff, because you've got a lot of talent there already.
Yep.
But I think he's got the talent to be able to play elsewhere, where it's almost like a grind Myers. He can push up from the forward line into the midfield and help whoever to be able to break forward as well.
That's kind of how Sheasel got his, isn't it? He played a lot off the halfback. Where did my graphic go? There it is. That's how Sheasel got it. He got a lot of disposals, playing off that halfback line in a North team that couldn't get it out. So he was very good, and we all know how good he is. But I mean, his circumstance very much helped him out, and that may be the case for Finn. Sid Draper I like as well. I think that could be if he slots himself in nicely in that Adelaide team and gets himself that final or one of those midfield spots, then for sure, man.
And the reason I had Harvey Langford third is because he's been fantastic in pre-season. He's looked really good on the training ground. But it's also, we could very easily see Oliver or Petrarca having something where they don't necessarily get back to their form. And maybe Melbourne go towards a Harvey Langford, given how good he's looked in the preseason, and he could get some serious opportunity. He won't have to do too much because you still got Viney, you got Trent Rivers playing a little bit in the midfield. You obviously got Petrarca and Oliver and stuff there. I just think he'll have such a low burden to be able to perform just at a really high level, and I think he's going to be really, really good for Melbourne in the future.
Yeah, I like those picks. Those are really nice ones. Next up,
I think we got Coleman next up.
I think it's Coleman next.
Yep.
Come on, producer Ethan. There you go, Coleman.
Yeah,
it is
okay.
Coleman. So
Whoa!
I told you it'd surprise you. So
Okay,
I've got...
for those who don't know, last night we went on a call and we sort of discussed a little bit. I knew he had Nick Larkey first. I very easily would have guessed Jesse Hogan second, given how good he was last year. Eric Hipwood! Eric Hipwood!
Well, we both agreed this is a perfect
Logan
year
Morris
for it
is
to
better
happen.
than him.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I clearly disagree, but
This is crazy.
like Eric Hipwood, I told you, and we said it before, this is going to be a great year. He's got so much talent that's going to feed him the ball, right?
Yeah.
And even the small guys are guys that you can't leave to one-on-ones. Can you trust teams to leave Charlie Cameron in a one-on-one?
No, but you don't ever leave Charlie Cameron in a one-on-one.
Exactly. So who does that open up?
You know, he had that last year where you couldn't leave Joe Danaher in a one-on-one. He still couldn't do it very well.
Yeah, but at the same time, he is now the main target.
Yeah, he is.
He's the
which
main
also means he's
target.
going to get the best defender.
I understand that. I'm very aware of that. But I think Hipwood is absolutely capable of doing so. He's had some great moments. My hope with this pick is that he is going to have a great season and put it all together. I think Brisbane absolutely need it. But yeah, I do believe with the fact that Joe Danaher being gone, with Eric Hipwood now being the main target, it's going to help him out a lot more. It's going to give him more opportunity. And with the danger around him, I think maybe you could point out that Joe Danaher wasn't winning Coleman's with the fact that...
But on that, I do have a question. Quick fire.
Yeah.
Do you see him kicking 58 goals like Joe did last year?
58?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
So that's what he finished last year, and I don't think he finished top 3.
No, that's fair. That's a good point out. But I'd love him to prove me wrong, and I think this year could be prime for that.
Okay. Jesse Hogan.
I don't need to explain Nick Larkey. That's...
Bias.
No, that's facts.
Bias.
And then Jesse Hogan, I reckon, can absolutely pull it off. I think we mentioned at some point 40% on one-on-ones.
I think that was off camera, but...
Yeah, it was.
We might see in the Corns and Kingies burning questions, GWS's discussion was on Jesse Hogan.
Yeah.
But my Coleman medal is Charlie Kono winning his third medal.
What a boring answer.
It's a very boring answer, but I don't.
But
see,
it's a potential factor.
I don't see others really doing it. That's sort of the problem. Ben King finishing second. He was really, really strong in Gold Coast 10 last year. He doesn't do anything except kick goals.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like he might provide 5 goal assists for the entire year, similar to Jake Waterman. But I just see Gold Coast being really good. He's got better ball movers now to be able to find him in better situations. And then Nick Larkey third. You guys just give him more opportunity this year, similar to 2023 where he finished third.
I was going to say he's finished third before, and it was an incredible year. I think
Curnow and Walker
from what I can tell and what I remember, any other year, and he would have been Coleman medalist.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was literally just because those two had fantastic years in terms of goal kicking that he finished third.
Yeah, so that sort of that area. I think Curnow probably gets just around 70, maybe as a max. So it's probably not going to be one of the best races, I don't think. I think it'll be very interesting. I think all of them could miss a couple games as well. Yeah. So it's very interesting. But I think it's time to now move on.
Okay, so now we have got ourselves our Brownlows, and before we do that, how long is Errol Gordon out for? How long is
3 months.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
Thank God he's not one. Thank God he's not one. But
I had him finishing first in my original one.
Yeah, no.
And then I removed
I have him finishing second.
Okay.
I don't know why I put Errol there, because I think the news was out already about his about his injury. I just fully forgot about it. So moved Dacos up to second, and I'd been thinking Lockie Neal.
Maybe
Given
Lockie
you've
got
Neal.
them first, I could definitely say
Paddy Cripps is always a threat.
Bontempelli.
No, not Bont. Bont's injury.
Well.
So same for Errol Gordon.
Yeah. Noah Anderson. Oh, you don't trust Gold Coast?
No. But Caleb Sarong, I mentioned, I think in the ladder predictions, high riser. He has consistently been going up and up. And I think this year, with Fremantle's rise, he will be the one to rise to the top and take out the Brownlow medal. I think look, he's got youth on his side too. So even if he doesn't do it this year, he's got plenty of years to do it. Same with Errol. So even though he's not going to get it this year, he's got plenty of chances to.
Same with Dacos.
So it's a clear theme of young players kind of taking the mantle now. So you can see no Cripps, no Neil. Kind of that means that we're entering, I guess, a new age. But some ones I'd like to point out as, I guess, honourable mentions, Joe Newcomb. Mm-hmm. I think Newcomb could take over. He's shown plenty of opportunities to do so, and with the team being as good as they are, Newcomb could absolutely do so. And that's the only other one that I can think of off the top of my head. Jason Horne-Francis, I think you mentioned potential. Yeah. He's got potential, unfortunately.
I see Rosé polling really well early without Butters, but if we move to mine, I still don't have him in my top 3.
That's fair.
Have to appease the cameraman.
Fuck
have to appease him.
Off. Just piss off.
We have Dacos first and third, and Sarong third and first.
Yeah. That's an interesting little tidbit.
I think this is the year Dacos. Obviously, Collingwood are finishing second. He stays healthy, he wins it. I think it's just pretty much that simple. He's now got... We know he gets votes. He got 38 last year. We know he gets votes. We're not going to get a Cripps 45.
Yeah.
Unless Dacos does it himself.
We'll be able to tell if he gets a 45, I reckon. No one could tell Paddy Cripps has just gotten a 45 Brownlow season.
People were thinking
if
like he
it's
could be
Dacos,
28-28.
They'll be telling us he's won it by round 18.
Yeah. Sarong third, obviously. Fremantle going to be really good. I have them finishing 9th, so he doesn't actually help them getting to the 8. But I still think...
To be fair, Cripps got it.
Cripps got it when they were 9th, and so did Nat 5 in 2019. And then second, Noah Anderson. I think he pairs it together. Got the captaincy this year. Gold Coast, I think, are going to be really good, which is leaning into it.
I think that, and he's had good seasons before as well.
He polled really well last year, so I just see him improving on the back of that. But now, this is actually going to be my favourite part of the segment, the entire podcast.
Yeah.
Where we get to talk about the most improved player we see for the entire year. I know the exact 2 players he chose.
I've only put one here, but you know exactly who it is.
I know exactly who it is.
You know exactly who it is.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid
just put it up. Just put it up. It's Tom Powell.
It's Tom Powell. It's Tom Powell.
So everything I've heard, and with proven result, is that this man has had the fucking off season of a lifetime. Is all I can consider it. He has kind of surprised me in how he's burst into this midfield group, and I've always known he's really slick with his hands and can find players at any point. But he's put something... He's been eating his Wheat Bix, is I think the best way we can put it.
Wheat Bix kid.
That smile shows a Wheat Bix kid. And I think his
eyes look like a Wheat Bix kid.
I think he's primed for a really, really good season.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, it is a bit of a biased pick, but like...
He's probably one of the least talked about really solid players in the AFL.
Yeah.
I think he was pretty good last year.
He's got a role at any club, I reckon. Yeah. It just depends how important
he's kind of like the Willem Drew of North Melbourne.
Yeah, that's fair.
But now moving on to mine, I think this guy's incredible.
Yeah, you've talked about him.
I love this guy so much.
Yep.
I think Adelaide really struggled last year without him in their team because he got injured with a shoulder injury, if I'm not correct, towards the back end of last year. But they were fantastic with him on the counter. And he's going to have another year developing his skills because they were a bit off sometimes last year. But he's a great height. He's like 193, 194 centimetres. He's got that James Sicily build. He's got a great left foot kick. It's really, really penetrating. And I just see him absolutely breaking out and genuinely pushing for all Australian Smoky this year. Because if Adelaide do make the finals, he's going to be absolutely crucial to their success. Brodie Smith, Wayne Miller, they're both on the older side. Isaac Cumming probably takes one of their spots as a halfback flanker, if not a winger.
Yeah.
And I just see the opportunity opening up for him. They don't have anyone else to really do it. And I see Mitch Hinge does it a bit as well, but he's like 190 anyway. And he probably plays a bit more on the wing. Josh Worrell is a genuine interceptor, and I think he's fantastic. I love this kid. I would love him anywhere else but Adelaide, specifically St Kilda. And I think you guys, as North Melbourne, should target him because he'd fit right alongside where you guys need him.
Yeah.
He is going to be a superstar.
That's a big call.
Genuinely.
That's a massive call.
Insanely good.